Hello. Good evening or afternoon or morning, depending on where you are. Hello, Alessio. Oh, by the way, for the people who haven't tuned in, I normally go through my little, introduction for people who either haven't done a live stream with us before, or for those who are watching this on YouTube and haven't seen one of these before. The way I try to operate is reading the username, because I've got a little comment window over here. So if I'm also looking down, that's generally what I'm looking down at. I try to read the username and then the comment or question and then respond to it. And I may or may not pronounce your username correctly. If I mispronounce it, I'm very sorry. That is definitely unintentional, but I will do my best. And if you correct me, hopefully I'll remember it. Just kind of keep bugging me about it until I figure it out. How's the quality, by the way? Is it looking okay? Does it sound okay? Oh, I'm having a bunch of people telling me they like the braid. Thank you. I just wanted it out of my face, so the braid seems to tame it pretty well. I'm not terribly good at the whole girly stuff, so I'm not really talented at doing my hair. Mostly it's get it out of my face, especially when I'm working. I had one job where I put my hair in a ponytail so often that one day I wore it down, and every coworker mentioned it like multiple times per day. Like, oh, you have long hair. So I didn't realize I wore it up so much. So I don't do it like that anymore. Okay, looks like the quality is coming in pretty well as far as audio and video goes. If you are having problems with the live stream, hit F5 or refresh your window. That usually seems to help. All right. From where is everybody tuning in? I know a number of us are from a pretty widespread globally. I know I saw Alessio on here who's from Italy, which is pretty rad. Let's see. Jason Fry, is this live? Prove it. Say pickle. Or is hello okay? What kind of pickle? I like dill, personally. Jason Fry, America! From Houston, Texas, the burbs of Chicago, Antarctica. Holy cow, if that's true, you must be really freezy. I would not be able to survive. Handgun newbie, hey Dest, I hope all is well. Sad day, someone committed suicide today at Fletcher's. Oh, that's awful. That's really, really awful. I didn't hear about that. Wow. Well, I'll pray for their family. That's, wow, really sad. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the other locations here. France, Rapid City, South Dakota, Key Largo, Florida, Heartland. It was nice running into you the other day. Oh, I think I remember how to pronounce your name. Di Giacomo, right? Oh gosh. If I mess it up again, then I'm sorry. I lose. New Jersey. Coming at you from Hawaii. Oh, man. Jason Fry, what's Fletcher's? Fletcher Arms is one of the ranges at which I shoot and have filmed a lot of video. So I'm there pretty regularly, which is why it's very distressing to know that somebody committed suicide there. It kind of hits home. Let's see. Northeast North Carolina just got here. Well, welcome to the chat. TDC Man 1. Did you send your XDS in for repair? No, not yet. They're both just sitting in the gun safe, being kind of useless. For those of you who don't know, I just spent a weekend at a shoot hosted by Iraqveteran8888 in Georgia, which, by the way, was beautiful and awesome. So that took me away from home for a little while. When I came back, I had a good number of little things, emails and things to get caught up on, which I'm having fun with. I've been doing that all day today. Mark McLean, feeling weird. First time, keeping calmish feeling, but learning. Mark, Paducah, Kentucky. Well, I hope it helps that I can respond to you fairly quickly. I know there's a little bit of a delay depending on your internet connection. Some people have told me it's like a 3-second delay, and for others it's like more like 30 seconds if your internet's really slow. But I hope you have fun with them. We usually have a blast. Jodine on bought a Caracol C on Gunbroker the other day. Oh, I would not have done that. They Caracol recalled all of their Model C pistols. So you may want to look into that. I have an article that I wrote on it on thearmsguide.com. So if you pop over there, you can get some more information and decide whether or not you want to send that back. But yeah. Friedrich Bonenman. Sorry I'm late. I had to do the dishes. Or else. I hate doing the dishes. I'm not... I mean, I clean as is needed, but I am not what you would consider like a neat freak or a neat Nick or whatever. I'm one of those like creative chaos people, much to my family's dismay, because I have often, since I was little, left a trail of like destiny around the house. You can always tell where I am because you can follow like, oh, there's the book bag, and there's the afternoon snack, and oh, there's Destiny. Like my desk. My writing desk is, yeah, it's got that chaos down pretty well. You don't even want to know. I know where my stuff is. That should be enough, right? Lee Nakasone, or I think that's how to pronounce it. Eric and Barry are the greatest, with like 8 exclamation points. Besides you, Des. Well, I'm happy to be included in that number. I really enjoy the guys, all of the crew there at Iraqveteran8888. They're really nice people, and they really enjoy firearms. I mean, what's not to love? Charger8924, where's the bullet necklace? You noticed, very sadly, I had a really cheap little chain that I just had from another necklace for like, I don't know, I've had it for years and years, and it broke. So, and it broke in a place where I can't just fix it with some needle nose pliers, which is usually my go-to. So, the mustache necklace also broke, come to think of it, but that one I just need to get the pliers and clamp that little O-ring back together. So that one's fixable, but the bullet necklace, I just need a new chain for it, which it needs a new chain anyway, because that one was not super awesome. When I would run with my necklace on, I would get this like wonderful green discoloration on my skin that I'd have to wash off, which is totally gross. So it's about time, but until I get it, I'm like there. It kind of feels weird. I'm used to that heavy little titanium charm. Okay, looking through. Okami Jigoku, get a good steel chain for the bullet necklace. I might get steel, I might get silver, or stainless steel or silver. I like silver, that's why all my jewelry is, if I wear any, is silver, even the stuff in my ears. I just prefer it. That and sterling silver is pretty cheap, so that doesn't hurt. Jodine, Colleen Barnett, I saw your shout out to Destiny video. Yeah, she did a Helping Hands project video. Oh, by the way, with regard to Helping Hands, I'm going to be releasing a video coming up here. I've had a bunch of people donate prizes, which is awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm really excited about that. 16. I'm up to 16 people who have donated prizes, which means I'll have now, instead of 10 winners for people who share the video. Yeah, just a couple. So I will be able to have more than just the original 10, which is pretty cool. Yeah, there are like 1 or 2 that are in pairs. So yeah, I think about the last I checked, I think it was 54 people have done videos for the Helping Hands project, and how freaking cool is that? I am just thrilled with all of the response that the Helping Hands project has received. It's wonderful. Mhm. Out of curiosity, for those of you who have already done some participation, whether you're sharing your producing your own Helping Hands videos, how's the response been for you? Have you been seeing some more subs, some more views, any more attention? Jennifer Young, OMG, I am way behind then. I better get caught up. Such amazing channels out there. Yeah, I found like a bajillion. It's awesome. Looking through here. Jason Fry, looking for channels with less than 5K. It's been a bit of a punishment. Oh, in what way? I found a lot of really neat ones just by watching these other Helping Hands videos. Just found a ton of neat channels, and it's had this wonderful like spider webbing effect, or snowballing effect, sorry. I guess it could be a spider web if you want to look at it in a different way. But Brian Kane, what was your favorite gun to shoot at the... Oh, wait, I'm sorry. I want to answer that question real quick first. Jennifer Young, I have gotten a ton of subs thanks to Trace O'Liberty's video. Awesome. I like to hear that. I really like to hear that. Colleen Barnett, I've gained 61 subs since this project started. Woohoo! Handgun Newbie, tons of attention. Found lots of great channels, too. Kenneth A. Fuller, I have enjoyed all of the new connections I can read, I promise. Yay! I'm really excited to see that it's actually working. It's actually helping people. It is so neat to have that, like, idea come, to watch that idea come to life through you guys. Okami Jigoku, I've been busy trying to find a job to really YouTube much. Sad face. Well, good luck in your job search. I hope you find what you're looking for. Brian Kane, I've been liking, subbing, and sharing like crazy. Plus, made a video. That's awesome. Thank you so much for all of the involvement and the support, because it helps everybody out. Jason Fry, watching the vids, seen a lot more review videos with spit cups than I care to mention. That's funny. Brent Owens, actually I got like 29 views on my vids from some of you guys. Awesome. Turkey rules. Handgun Newbie, where do I send that check to make you not sad and homeless in that vid? Yeah, I watching it one time, it came to mind that, or brought to mind that one Sarah McLachlan commercial for, or I guess it's a commercial, yeah, for pets that need adoption. There's like really sad puppies and cats and stuff. Peter Duffy, I got 1 sub and I don't even have any vids. Fantastic. Colleen Barnett, somehow I've missed the spit cups, Jason. LOL. I'm catching up on them, so maybe I'll see them tonight. I hadn't noticed it either, actually. I'll have to watch through, or keep an eye out for that in videos. I didn't even think about it. Okay, I had a comment over here before that I started to address and then changed tracks. Brian Kane, what was your favorite gun to shoot at the Iraqveteran8888 shoot? That was a tough call, but I think if I really had to narrow it down, that's a really tough call. Maybe the Beowulf, the 50 Beowulf, that was, oh, the coolest thing about it is this thing has a whole bunch of custom work done to it, but one of the custom things was that it had a 9-inch barrel, which is nuts! It was so loud. One person who, after I shot it, they talked to me afterwards and they said, yeah, I thought somebody was, you know, and a tannerite had exploded just because it's got a significant bark to it. That thing is rad. I had a lot of fun with that. And then the same gun, the people who had done the custom work on it, they had thrown on, or they had additionally made a custom titanium suppressor, and then they mounted the suppressor on the end of the 9-inch barrel, and that made it a little more manageable, but it was still quite loud, and that definitely made for a fun shooting experience, even if it's perhaps not the most practical caliber in the sense of, you know, it's a little bit pricey, but I still want one. I won't even pretend that I don't. Alessio Baldi. My channel went from 13 to 59 subs. I think I got to make a 50 subs giveaway now, LOL. I found a lot of great channels that otherwise I'd have to struggle to find, by the way. That's wonderful. That's exactly what I was hoping for with this giveaway and Helping Hands project. This is so cool. Okami Jigoku. I'm surprised my first video got 111 views, so it looks like it's working. It's really wonderful. I might have to do this again or do something like this. Terry Jenkins, it's now legal to carry automatic knives in Texas. I always wanted one, and now after years and years, I was able to get one. Oh man, I'm mad jealous. That is awesome. Handgun Newbie, how was the kick on the Beowulf? You know, not too bad. If I had to compare, like, the Barrett to the Beowulf, I'd say the Beowulf kicked a little bit more, but I got to shoot both bench rested, so that helped. Or not bench rested, but I was shooting from a bench as opposed to standing and just feeling all of the kick coming at me. So I at least got to use my elbows to brace what I was doing. Oh, that Beowulf had a bipod on it too. I'm pretty sure, right? Beowulf had a bipod, right? No, it didn't. That's right, it didn't. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. I mean, I guess I had an idea of what to expect because I shot that Model 99 Barrett before. I definitely, though, got to tuck that in real nice and close, because if you're not really nice and close, you'll get bruised. All right. Kerbin Justic. Dest, I think you should get remote location murals for your backdrop. Maybe like times in history too. I can run with this sudden idea, so I'll stop now. Well, for the live stream, that might be, I don't know. If I could like green screen and then I could do post-production, I could do that, but it would be more challenging to have some more interesting backgrounds. Y'all don't want to see what's behind my brilliant matrix, like white. It's just a wall. It's not really interesting at all. Brent Owens. Has Hickok45 showed you all his guns? And do you want to own one he has? No, I haven't seen all of his guns. He doesn't just, like, open everything up to, to people. But I don't either, so I don't expect that. We mostly just hang out outside and shoot, which is just glorious. Oh, and we talk a lot about guns. Go figure. And just from watching his videos, I've seen he has a ton of guns. Oh, there is one handgun that he has that I have just fallen in love with, and I've had my eye out for one ever since I saw it. Model 629 Smith & Wesson 44 Magnum revolver, but it's a snubby, so it's got like a 2.5 inch, either 2 or 2.5 inch barrel on it, and it just, oh man, love that revolver. It packs a punch. Cat40, what type of martial arts do you do? I've studied for the past couple decades or so. I've studied Taekwondo and combat Hapkido, mostly. I've had, dabbling in a couple of other types of martial arts, and I have interests in several martial arts besides that, but the actual time and practice that I've invested into martial arts personally is are those two. I'm getting caught up on comments. David Lloyd Humphrey. Noteworthy in North Carolina today, you can conceal carry in a restaurant that sells alcohol, as long as you're not drinking. Also, you can have your gun locked in a car on the college campus. Ah, that's awesome. That's some actual progress for concealed carry. Joe Dean, I want to study combat beer chugging. Yes! Tactical beer! Kerbin Justic. But have you learned to curve bullets yet? Another gun kata. No. Isn't that from the movie Wanted? Right? I haven't actually seen it, but I've had some of my friends who know that I'm interested in firearms. They ask me, can you do that? How do you? Because apparently the special effects look fairly convincing, but I don't know. I think that idea is kind of silly. Jennifer Young. I laugh every time I watch a Hickok45 video. He just has so much darn fun out there shooting soda in the gong. He does. You can tell his how he enjoys the shooting sports is just genuine. It's really easy to relate to for me too. Justin P says, yes, that's wanted. Okay. Is that worth a watch, do you think? Justin P, I'm pretty sure it is impossible to bend a bullet. Yeah, I did see the episode on Mythbusters where they disproved that. Because I guess that's what I find worth watching. It's fun. Science. But that and their personalities are really engaging. Peter Duffy, I have a black belt in sarcasm. Whoa. In New Jersey? Yeah, I'm sure that's your best defense. I'm getting caught up on the comments. It sometimes takes me just a sec because there are a few more of you commenting than me. Okami Jigoku. I hate that movie, only because a bunch of idiots tried to do it at my range and nearly shot 3 people, and shot one fortunate cop who was wearing his Kevlar vest. Wow. Well, I wouldn't hate the movie for that. I would be pretty upset at the idiots who decided to take life advice from a film, though. That's just... wow. There are some foolish individuals out there. They make life dangerous for the rest of us. Okay. Justin P. Mythbusters is like the modern Bill Nye. Oh man, as a kid I watched so much Bill Nye, the Science Guy. That was always the best day of science class. We got to roll that TV in. It was like, Jesse Vanderhayden. The 629-4? He just posted a vid on that. Haven't gotten around to watching it yet, but beautiful gun. I haven't seen that video, so I don't know if that's specifically the one, but if it's a snubby with like a 2-inch barrel, then yes, that's the one. It's that particular handgun of his I shot like 2 years ago? 3 years ago? 2.5? No, 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago. So I haven't seen it in a while. Nathan Lamberson, brand new viewer from Central Illinois. Welcome to the live stream. I hope you have fun. David Lloyd Humphrey. Hickok himself laughs every time he hits a target, too. Yep. Oh, and I love his dry sense of humor. That always just cracks me up. And that, like chuckle he has. Steve Wallace. I like assault rifles with bipods. I'm saving up for an RPK M72. Ooh, nice choice. But unfortunately, it will have to be deactivated, as I'm from the UK. It would have to be bolt action otherwise. Oh, heartbreak. That takes, like, all the fun out of it. Well, I mean, not all. No, it deactivated? Yeah, that's all the fun. Womp womp. Nathan Lamberson. I'm looking to buy a pistol, and I'm a first-time buyer/suitor. What would you recommend? P.S. I'm in a wheelchair. Oh, this is always a tough question, because I'm of the belief that buying a handgun is a really subjective topic, because what may work for me may not work for you. And I think it also depends on what your purposes are. Actually, we've got a couple of really wonderful articles on just that subject on thearmsguide.com. So if you go to the Arms Guide and if you search for like first time gun, that should get you to the couple of articles. One by Brian and another by Nate on the subject. And I think what I like about those articles is that they help field you and ask you questions so that you can decide what it is that is important to you when you're looking to buy a firearm. If at all possible, if there are ranges around you that rent, I highly recommend getting the opportunity to either find friends or rent guns so that you can try a couple of things out for yourself and start developing your preferences. Because there definitely are going to be people out there who will say, you know, Glocks all the way, or you can't beat the M&Ps, or 1911s, or something to that effect. But if it works for you, then that's a good gun, in my opinion. Handgun newbie. My growing knowledge of guns ruins movies for me. I just watch them and go, that is fake, or that isn't real, or that's impossible. Yeah, I do a little bit of that, but I also just kind of accept that Hollywood wants to make guns and shooting more dramatic. You know, like they're like ridiculous, massive gasoline explosions. So I have more fun trying to recognize and identify firearms I see in movies rather than getting really perturbed with all of the errors. B likes to watch. Hey Des. Hi B. Welcome to the live stream. I don't think you've tuned into one of these before, have you? I can't recall. Well, if this is your first one, then double extra super welcome. Jason Fry, how do you cock the hammer of a Glock? Oh, one thing that really did kill me though is a lot of you know Stephen King. Yeah, it's right next to the frame safety, so you can you disengage that, then you can press the button to cock the hammer and hit the bullet button or something. No, one thing that kind of broke my heart is a lot of you know that Stephen King is one of my all-time favorite authors. I've read like 45, 50 of his books, somewhere around in there. And in my favorite series, the Dark Tower series, there's definitely a cop who wields a Glock, who has to disengage the safety on his Glock. And then there is another, one of the main characters that is in all of the books, who has an automatic Ruger 44 pistol. And that just kind of made me a little bit sad. Like, that's not a real thing, but, that happens. Probably. I remember the disengaging the safety the cop was disengaging the safety on the Glock. And I'm like, no, that doesn't. Okay. So it just kind of brought Stephen King down just like a tiny little sliver of a notch on the pedestal upon which I've placed him. Colleen Barnett. The great thing about carrying in a wheelchair is that you can holster to the chair and carry a much bigger gun than most would be able to handle on the belt line. Smile. I have a friend in a wheelchair. And if you didn't know, trying to remember, Nathan, right? Nathan? If you weren't aware, Colleen is a defensive handgun instructor. So maybe I would think, I personally value her advice. Okay, let's look through some more comments over here. Bradley, Auto 44 pistol. That's real, but not Ruger. Right, Ruger doesn't make one. That was because I went and I looked it up just to make sure, because I had never heard of a Ruger semi-automatic pistol chambered for 44. And it's just blank 44. Could have been 44 Special or 44 Magnum. But that's, neither here nor there. It just made me a little bummed. Charger8924. The only thing that chaps my rear end is when they say clips when they should say magazines. Oh man, that's in television and movies all the time. What's funny is some people are really honed in on it. I had a video once where I say, hey, I'm about to show you some clips. And I was referencing some clips of video that I had recorded so that they could watch what I was introducing. And I had a bunch of people hey, it's magazines. And I was like, well, not this time. But it's funny how people in the shooting sports, the more you start learning, the more you start pulling out the holes in pop culture as far as firearms go. Okay, let's read another comment here. Handgun newbie. Do you have any non-223/556 ARs? If not, want any certain one? I'm thinking of doing a 6.8 or 308. Not yet. I don't have one. I just have, 556. But I really, really want to build an AR-10, and that's kind of a project that I have started planning, but I have some other stuff that I need to pay for first, and so it's a little bit further down my do-want gun wish list road. Oh, I've heard of, or I know friends who have their ARs, a couple ARs chambered for 300 blackout, and they seem to be really fond of that. But I haven't even shot 300 blackout, 3.0 or 6.8, 6.8 for that matter. But 308 I have, and I really like it, so I definitely want to do that. Sorry, I need some lemonade because all this talking is thirsty work. Alrighty. Let's grab another one. David Lloyd Humphrey, Destiny. You are so right on the subjective part of buying. I am so old school. I gravitate back to revolvers when I can find a decent buy. Saw a Model 28 Smith for sale yesterday, but it was $750. Ooh, I have a thing for, or just a soft spot, I guess, an appreciation, if you prefer, for Smith & Wesson revolvers, especially big bore Smith & Wesson revolvers. Just something about them. Look nice, shoot nice, feel a little bit like a cowboy, just a little bit. Handgun newbie, tempted about the 300 too. You can cycle and suppress a 300. Yeah, I really need to shoot it. I've heard so many good things about people who just are enamored with that cartridge. And I haven't tried it yet. Shrody Brody. That's a fun name, by the way. Little fun factoid. 68 caliber paintball bores range between .685 and .69. Odd. I would not have known that. Thank you for broadening my horizons. Jodine. I just got my POF anniversary 308 today, actually. Low serial, too. I got number 20. Wow. Yeah, I'd be excited about that. That's awesome. Looking through here. Let's see. We got another. Brent Owens. Stephen King was inventing guns. You watch. They will be available once the Dark Tower series comes out in theaters. I'm interested to see where they will be made. Oh gosh, I have been like dreaming of seeing that in theater. I'd really love to see like Peter Jackson take that series and run, just because I love his interpretation of the Lord of the Rings series, and I thought he did a wonderful transition of bringing all those books to film. I think you could do it justice. Okay, let's see what's next here. John B. I'm here. Wanna miss, yo? Guns. Let's get caught up. I'm sorry, every time I read something, if somebody posts something new, it pops up on my feed, which I think it does the same thing for you, even though I'm watching them through a different window. Justin P. World War Z was the best! Because John B. says, I just picked up World War Z this week. I have seen that book for ages. I've had so many friends who, really enjoyed it, and I keep meaning to pick it up, but I haven't gotten around to that one yet. And then the movie came out, so now I really, really have to get the book and go see the movie. Or I'll probably just go and buy it. But it's just one more of those things. It's on the really long to-do list. Trevor, I've been following the news about the Dark Tower movies, and they say that it may still be done. Any idea who's going to play Roland? I don't know. I would be really sensitive about that because of how I've read the book so many times over the years. I would really wonder, or I'd really want somebody to be as epic as the guy, as the Roland of my imagination, but that may be a really high standard. Okay, let's read another one. Bradley, anyone out there shoot .45 Colt and have a favorite factory load? Well, I'll just pose that and have anybody else answer it. A lot of time when I shoot .45 long Colt, it's because I'm renting something or I'm borrowing something, and I often run reloads through it that I get at my local gun shop. So I won't be any help there. By the way, I don't know if any of you guys have started checking out the videos that have been releasing the past weekend, but I mentioned earlier, Iraqveteran8888 hosted a shoot, and it was spectacular. Just tons of fun. What's funny is, I don't know, it may be funny to some of you, probably some of you, is I have never seen someone shoot tannerite before, at least not in person. I've seen it a couple of times in videos, but not like actually witness it with my own eyes. That was really exciting for me. Eric blew up a bunch of it. And I just kind of want to fill you in on some of the behind the scenes stuff. Some of the videos I've released up to this point have just been, the explosions themselves. But there was a little bit that went into it, like, how much, like, There would be like adding non-dairy creamer to it, or adding like gasoline to make the flames more dramatic and exciting. So that was a cool factor. It just made an exciting explosion just that much more Hollywood style. More stuff that I never would have known had I not gotten to hang out with the Iraq veteran crew and see some of that stuff. That was cool. And there were...
Is there anything else that you thought was interesting behind the scenes? Like the people you met?
Oh, I met a bunch of really great people. Well, you know what was neat is, just like with any of these YouTube gatherings I've been to before, is watching some people's videos and then meeting them in person and going, wow, I know you from the internet, but here you are in real life. It's always a pleasure. People within the firearms industry or firearms enthusiasts have a way of being like-minded, and I end up getting along with them really well. B Likes to Watch says, creamer alone makes a great big boom, Dest. William Prophet, Eric as in Eric and Barry? Yes, that's the Eric to which I'm referring. And Barry is also a blast to hang out around too. Peter Duffy, seeing you sing with Dad of Destiny on guitar. Yeah, my dad plays. It's funny, I tried learning with him, but he took to it a lot quicker than I did, and then I just kind of stopped. I met personally for the first time Artisan Tony from Artisan Tony YouTube channel and his son. And his son had the guitar out and was plucking some really pretty stuff. Some Metallica, some Pink Floyd, and some Kansas. He was playing Dust in the Wind, which I don't remember, somebody asked me to start singing to it, and I sang a couple of lines, but I couldn't remember the rest, so I kind of embarrassed myself a little bit, but it was all in good fun. Ooh. Dmitry Volkov. Has anybody instructed a new shooter who is deaf? I'm taking a deaf friend to the range on Friday and would appreciate any and all tips. And yes, I am fluent in ASL. Well, that's a neat skill to have. I'll just pose that and let you guys rock it out in the comments. Kenneth A. Fuller. I laughed when they blew up the refrigerator. Oh man, that was so exciting. It just like disintegrated. There was refrigerator and then it was gone. There was like 18 pounds of tannerite in there. Isn't that ridiculous? I mean, even 1 pound of tannerite will, send some pieces flying pretty far, but that 18 pounds made quite the boom. Yeah, there was refrigerator, and then it was just gone. It was just not even like, blew the door off or something. It was just little bitty pieces all over the range.
I was struck by the first firing line.
Oh yeah.
It was absolutely crazy. Well, it was safe.
Yeah.
Just with so much gunfire, it sounded like really bad.
Yeah, because Eric and the Iraq veteran crew brought over let's see, one of the sponsors of the event. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Was Fostech Outdoors, so they had some bump skis. And then they just also had a bunch of fully automatic firearms. So you've got bump fire, you've got full auto, and then there's just a ton of it. So you could have at any one time maybe 7, 10 more people at one time shooting full auto or almost full auto, depending on if they're bump firing or not. And then there were also just people on other guns. Like there were there was the Beowulf, and then there was another 50 cal rifle. I can't remember off the top of my head what that was. That was a... Was that a Barrett? I don't know. It was that custom...
It was a custom 50 cal.
Yeah, it was a custom 50 cal by the guys from Ram Lake. So that was beautiful, by the way. That rifle was gorgeous and very fun to shoot. What was nuts is for the first couple of hours, just to break the ice, I guess, and have some fun, when the sorry, I lost what I was gonna say. When the firing line opened up, it was just everybody shooting. Well, maybe not everybody, but a good like 30 people on the line shooting at once, and it was just crazy, noisy, and exciting. That was quite the experience. People were trying to get video at first and ended up not even being able to hear each other. All right, here's another comment. Justin P. Yes, the taser video was good, but that must have sucked. Yes, it did. It was not so much fun. Jason Fry, when Destiny got tased, then finished the video, I turned in my man card because I wasn't earning it anymore. LOL. Yeah, it was not fun. I did a bunch of research and talked to a bunch of people who, both from the company, who makes Taser International, and people like some law enforcement and military personnel who either use tasers or they have been tasered for their work. Oh, there's one more comment. Sorry, Nathan Lamberson. By the way, Destiny, watched your video earlier today of you getting tasered. Youch. Yeah. So I did all this research, and I also read on one thing that Taser International does is they have a link to a bunch of studies done on the taser, so you can learn for yourself how safe it is or how dangerous it potentially could be, namely for people with heart problems or people with pacemakers and stuff like that. And so I did my research beforehand, but one thing I couldn't find was somewhere where someone who had just been tased, who sat down and said, hey, this is what it feels like, this is what my muscles are doing, this is what's going through my head, and this is how I try to, handle it, or something along those lines. I either just found people who, like you see, like from cops or whatever, where they shoot, don't tase me, bro, and, then they get tased, and you're watching them, like, convulse, or, like, people from the military or law enforcement who are, standing being supported by 2 other people, getting the tase and going, oh, that hurts, or crying or screaming or making some sort of noise or falling over. Nobody sat down and gave a response or a reaction to it. And that was something that I really wanted to be able to give people when I was reviewing the C2 taser model that Taser sent me for that purpose. So I decided to get tased. It wasn't fun, but immediately, as soon as that button was pushed to turn off there's a little like cap that you slide over or to expose the trigger button, and when you shut it, it ceases the charge. As soon as that was done, no more pain, but oh my gosh, I was exhausted. That was just nuts. I'm not in any kind of hurry to go and do that again. Ever. But I've got it on video, so we're cool. Oh, pulling the prongs out was totally lame. I did not like that. That was almost as bad as the tase itself. Those things are a pain in the rump. And I looked, there are a bunch of techniques online of trying to get those little barbs out. None of them worked. The best advice I got was to, ice the area so that it's a little bit numbed, and you still have to just yank them out, pretty much. Because it's like a little harpoon, where there's a sharp needle part, and then there's another, like, hook. Not like a fish hook exactly, but this part is the top prong is sharp in and of itself, and then there's that little hook part that sticks in your clothes and your skin and whatever, and that sucks. So if you can get the top point out, you can't get the hook point out. Or if you get the hook point out, you can't get the top one out. So you just pretty much just pull. And it's not so much fun. Justin P., you're sitting at the PC looking for ways to get a taser out of you. I could see that, LOL. It would be funny. Ooh, Curb Justic. I got a fish hook in the eye once. Yikes, I hope you were able to keep that eye. Yeah, that was... Oh, and also one of the prongs for the taser had gone through my belt, so I ended up having to cut the wire and then, like, work so that I could grab the prongs and then pull it. And anywhere where the skin is more, like, flexible or stretches more, it hurts more to pull it out, because then it's, your skin is like... like on my stomach, which is pretty much, it was, the one prong was pretty close to my stomach, so that was uncomfortable to pull that one out. Jason Fry, I have a medical condition keeping me from getting tased. It's called infantile sissiness. That's silly. I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, and I didn't go get tased to try to like prove something, but oof, I'm glad that's done. I don't even watch that video over, honestly. Let's see. I'm looking through some comments here. Oh, Curb Majestic, one of many eye accidents that caused no harm, so I can still enjoy the sight of pretty girls like yourself. That's very, thank you. I'm glad that your eyeballs are functional. Well, why don't we haven't done the FOD Blitz, so I think we should go over to YouTube and I'll pick out one of the people who has submitted a video to the Helping Hands project, and we can go blitz them. For those of you who haven't done the FOD Blitz before, what I like to do is pick a friend, usually a channel that has has a smaller subscriber base. Pick a video and leave a comment like FOD Blitz or FOD sent me or something creative or clever or whatever. And this time I want to ask you guys to help me pick out a video and we'll go blitz it. So, let's see, I will go ahead and bring up my playlist. I'll go to my channel. Okay, here we go. And Helping Hands Project giveaway videos. Let's see what we got. Oh my goodness, there are like so many of these. This is exciting.
How about you can, what you can do? You can go rearrange your playlist to show which of those playlist videos has the fewest amount of views.
Oh, that's a good idea. Jason Fry, You Too Wild still responds to all my awful comments I leave. She's really sweet. When we blitzed her video, she went through and answered every single comment. I thought that was awesome. You know what? My dad had an idea here. I don't know if you can hear or not, but he recommended that we go and find the Helping Hands video that has the fewest views, and we'll go blitz it. Let's see. Here's 89 views. Is there anyone less than? Oh, there's one for 60. Oh, one for 55. That might be our winner. 55. Looking through, it looks like, holy cow, there are so many videos here. This is awesome. Seriously. 120, that's certainly not going to be. Yep, it looks like, oh no, 49 views. Oh, here's 17 views. We have a winner. All right, if you go to the YouTube channel, Savage1R, so SAVAGE, the number 1, and then the letter R, his video, hashtag Helping Hands Project, Fate of Destiny, 50K giveaway, Lil Chantilly, at least I think I'm pronouncing that right, and Rhode Island Armory. That video has the least bit the comments. So if you pop over there and start adding some comments, I'm sure he'll definitely appreciate the love. And we'll be helping the Helping Hands Project overall, which is pretty awesome. So go, go, go. And I will read your comments as they update. All right, let's go ahead and I will refresh. Oh, here's our first one. Okami Jigoku 13. Das FOD Panzerkampfenwagen Blitz! I'm sure my pronunciation was pretty terrible of that German there, but excellent. Alright, let's refresh, get some more comments in here. Bloop. Handgun newbie, put on your sunglasses, buckle your seatbelt, and shut up. Here comes the FOD blitz train. One of the best things about this, or that I love, is when people just aren't expecting it at all, and then they send a PM or something like, holy cow, where did all of this come from? It's awesome. Jennifer Young, blitz! I must blitz to survive! Blitz! Blitz! Savage Henry since 762. Destiny blitz! Alessio B. Keep on alert, my heroes. Till now, you're covered in stuff. Cover yourself in glory now. To the blitz! You'll never guess which movie that's from. I'm gonna have to Google that. That's not coming to mind. Okay, let's keep reading. Shrody Brody. That gal in XKE didn't have any pants on, man. Took a look down and bingo, there it was. Blitz! Ridiculous. Excavator EE. It's a Tuesday night. I'm the Excavator EE, and I'm from FOD. This must be a blitz. It's a ballroom blitz. A ballroom blitz. That song always comes into my head when we do this. But it's okay, because I like that song. Okay, Savage Gunfighter 21. FOD blitz. Boom! Yo! Justin Pike. I love that Glock with the tactical light. Alessio B. Good luck for the contest, my friend. Schwell 11. FOD Blitz is not shut down. Ruratonim. Sir Blitz a lot, FOD style. I see what you did there. J. Allen. You have been blitzed, sir. Ken Fuller. FOD Blitz. Here comes the avalanche. Arctic Preparedness. Here for the FOD Blitz. Trev Cargyle. Miss Destiny sent me to politely blitz your video. Blitz! Rawr! Because I have little T-Rex arms. Alright, let me refresh and read some more. This is awesome, by the way. Thank you so much, guys. B likes to watch. Hanging with FOD. This is a blitz. Best of luck in the contest. Yay! Alright, awesome. Thanks, you guys, for helping out. I really appreciate that you help get involved and give a little something to other channels. I like to encourage that. Justin P. Okay, the T-Rex arms were hilarious. Oh, Steve Wallace, darn, I lost connection for like 5 minutes. That sucks. What vid are we blitzing? If you go to the channel Savage, the number 1, and then the letter R, it's the hashtag Helping Hands Project Fate of Destiny 50K giveaway. Lil Chantilly and Rhode Island Armory. That's the video we are currently blitzing. Oh, it looks like we've got some more, so why don't I go ahead and read those? Darth Groover. I get a kick out of that username, by the way. Keep calm and fly casual. FOD Blitz. Handgun Newbie. Roses are red, violets are blue. Most poems rhyme. This one doesn't. FOD Blitz. Randy House. You have been blitzed by the T-Rex army. 40 cal Jeeper. Blitzkrieg, FOD style. Charger 8921. Fate of Destiny. T-Rex army. Blitzkrieg. This is happening. Offensive defense double out. Grab the acne cream. You got blitz all over your face. FOD blitz. That's silly. I haven't heard something like that before. Tampa Bay Blaster. FOD blitz from Des. LOL! Okay, cool. I'm just making sure you guys got it. And I'm reading through the comments. It looks like we're good. Okay, rad. Oh, I wonder how many views it has now. It went from 17 to, right now it's reading 52 views, which is fantastic. And it's all because of you guys. Ooh. Viking Knight 2012. Buckle up and hold on to your hat. It's FOD Blitz. Handgun Newbie. FOD sent me here. I am lost. Can you call my mom for a ride home? FOD Blitz. That was really cute. All right. Jennifer Young, has anyone ever gotten upset at one of your blitz? Oh no. I've only ever gotten really positive comments and people who really appreciate it. Okamiji Goku, it's fantastic. That sounds like something that would be in a commercial. I really enjoy doing that with you guys. So it's so much fun for me. Just for funsies, I brought something for show and tell today. I will show you in 2 seconds. At the Iraq Veteran shoot, he had a raffle, and I got my first steel target. It's a little plinker for 22. So it's supposed to like jump around a little bit as I shoot it. And I'm really looking forward to bringing this to the range. It's my first steel target of my very own. Because up to this point, the only time I've ever gotten to shoot steel is when I'm at somebody else's range. You know, somebody else has invited me to shoot their steel, which is wonderful, don't get me wrong. I'm totally excited and happy that people have given me that opportunity. But it's really cool to have some of my own steel now. I'm definitely planning on getting more, but this is a nice start, for sure. And I wasn't expecting it, so that just makes it that much sweeter. Yeah, I randomly won it for the raffle. Just picked my number out, and I got to pick a prize, and, well, they had some of those targets out there, and I really wanted one. So now I have my own. Shorty Brody, if that's the size of the jack, then the rubber ball must be massive. Indeed. It would have to be like a beach ball or something, right? Let's look through comments here and read some more. Justin P., we've already seen the lemonade. Oh, my bad. Here I was trying to show you my super exciting lemonade. Way to deflate my balloon. All right. I'm looking forward to bringing that up. Oh, Jennifer Young says, yep, all she needs now is a gong and some animals. Yes! Colleen Barnett, I'm so jello. I don't have any steel yet. You're on your way to a Hickok compound, Dest. Oh, if only. That is totally one of my like dreams, is to just buy a plot of land out in the middle of nowhere, somewhere reasonably drivable distance away. And yeah, I will do that. Thank you. And set up my own range, like Hickok 45 style. I think that would be a blast. Okay, Dad checked up on the YouTube video and reminded me that there are some new entries, so I'm going to go ahead and read them now. Jacobite 1607, FOD Blitz, Joseph L. Dean, what a nice night for a blitz. The Manchester Wizard, better late than never. Blitz! Good luck with the channel, dude! Mark 381969. Thanks from the FOD Blitz Army. Keep up the good work.
She's got a lot of stuff to.
I'm hoping to be able to announce that not hoping to. I will be announcing the update video that I mentioned earlier with talking about some of the prizes and the donated prizes that are going to be awarded and who has donated those prizes. Actually, I said 16 earlier. There are 17 donations, and some of them kind of go together. Like, yeah, I'll announce that this week. So keep your eyes peeled at youtube.com/fateofdestiny. We'll have that update. And the giveaway will be going on until October 10th is the last day to get in those videos. So if you were still thinking about recording a quick video using like either with your cell phone camera or whatever you have around, or just making like a slideshow video, whatever, that would still totally count. You've got a little bit more time to do that before we have the cutoff date. He likes to watch. So nice that Des is getting over her shyness. It's always there. It's always a factor. like at the shoot, I had one point where I got just really overwhelmed and stressed out with just being around a lot of people, a lot of things going on. So I just kind of took a minute to went off away from the range and just kind of like chilled out for a minute, got my bearings again, and just kept on trucking because I always have that struggle of really enjoying what I'm doing and then getting anxiety that just, it's not even like for a good reason. I just would, it's unreasonable anxiety. That's exactly what it is. But these YouTube videos and being in front of people and just plain being more social and being on camera has helped me to work through it, and it's nowhere near as crippling as it used to be. I still get plenty of awkward. Don't worry. I don't have delusions of, eloquence, but I get to have a lot more fun with a lot less of the stress these days, which is wonderful. All right, I need to read some more of these comments here because you guys have submitted a bunch while I was reading that Helping Hands video comment. All right. Justin P. Shyness? Destiny. I know my own name. Destiny does not seem very shy to me. If there was an issue, she's doing great now. I hide it really well. I have a talent for that. It really has been a process. If you look back at my early videos, like the ones I recorded 2.5 years ago, like the 1911 disassemblies or the range etiquette, mind your manners video, I'm halting in my speech and I smile a lot because my response to being uncomfortable or nervous or awkward or whatever is to sit there and grin and giggle, which has the wonderful result of making me look like a crazy person. So, which not so good with being able to connect to people because I had a ton of comments you can read through where people were like, "Why is she so creepy? She's freaking me out. Oh my God, she's gonna hurt somebody." Who smiles that much? But it's just my, I don't know, defense mechanism, I guess. I just naturally, that's how I respond when I start feeling anxious or uncomfortable. And it just only makes the awkward situation worse. But it has definitely gotten better. These help too, these live streams, because I don't have any notes. I don't have, I may have preparation like something that I want to show you or maybe an article I want to talk about or something, but it's just totally unscripted, totally, I don't have any option to edit anything awkward. So if I stumble, if I ramble, which I do a whole lot of, as you're probably already learning, it's just in there. So this is me. Take it or leave it. Okay, I've got another couple of comments I wanted to read to you guys and answer or respond to. Colleen Barnett, Destiny, are you coming down for Knob Creek next week? Dave and I are planning to hit it in the afternoon after a relaxing motorcycle ride. Oh, I'm still really jealous. I totally need a motorcycle. I totally can't afford one right now. But maybe if I bought less guns, I'd totally be able to afford one. But I've got different priorities. I don't know. Maybe they're skewed. I can't help myself. I don't believe I'm going to be able to make it out this year because I've done a ton of traveling that I've done this past year, which is wonderful. I love road trips, especially in good company. I crank the tunage up, or I end up doing a lot of just talking, whether about silly stuff or about stuff that's important. I mean, deep conversations a lot of times happen on the road too. So I'm definitely really pleased at how much I've gotten to hit the road this past year. But it has stretched the travel budget a little bit, so probably going to have to stay close to home for a while. Here's another comment. Jodine, I have a Barrett MRAD. Are you kidding me? Oh, I have a Barrett MRAD still haven't shot yet because I'm scared of wasting all those beautiful Black Hills 300 grain match bad boys. I am green with envy. That is so cool. The Barrett MRAD is legit, like, in my top, 3 dream guns that I would just, So jealous. You'll have to shoot, like, just at least just one. Shoot one for me. Like, tell me you shot it and tell me how awesome it was so I can still be jealous of you. Justin P. So, our government shut down for a day, and we're all still here, and civil war hasn't broken out yet. ... We did good. Yay! There's hope for mankind. Maybe. I thought that whole event was interesting. What do you guys think about the whole government shutdown, by the way? Just out of curiosity. Colleen Barnett, yes, you'd look radtacular on a motorcycle. Smile. I can see you now. Braids are flying. I would love one. In Wisconsin, they're not really practical, which is another reason why I've put off getting one for so long. Because you can only really ride it feasibly like 3 months out of the year. Because the other, or the rest of the year, the vast majority of time spent in Wisconsin is in snow, which is not really great road conditions, ice and stuff. And maybe other people who've got tons of experience would be willing to brave those kinds of conditions, and that's, more power to them. But I would be one of those people like spotted all over the highway because icy roads are scary. And I try to drive as little as humanly possible on icy roads. Jodine, should I make a vid on the MRAD? Heck yes! Most definitely, please do. Send it to me. I would love to see that because I've seen the MRAD in person a couple of times, going to SHOT and speaking with Angela Barrett, who, by the way, is a lovely woman. She is just so nice. And anytime I've talked with her, she's been just awesome. And she definitely knows the gear they sell. And yeah, so I pretty much fell in love with that rifle, and it is way out of anything that I could afford. Maybe when I'm, rich and famous because I've won the lottery or something. I will definitely have that gun. But until then, I'll just watch your video that you're going to make and be jealous. Trevor, get a Ural sidecar rig. They have a 2-wheel drive option. Well, that's pretty cool. Schwell11, been through a shutdown before. We lived, and we will continue to live. Ooh, Jason Fry, military isn't getting paid. One of the few that aren't. Sam Emerson, when was the last time the government put in an honest day's work anyway? Jeff Pierpont, bunch of babies, grow up, Congress, get along and get it together. We are your bosses, by the way. A little bit change of direction here. Colleen Barnett, motorcycles are one of the best reasons to live in Kentucky. The curvy, scenic mountain roads rock. Oh, yeah. Just driving through, sadly in a 4-wheeled vehicle. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. That is just about a reason to go visit Kentucky in and of itself. For me. Bradley. Anyone have any experience with Uberti Colt copies? I have my eye on a brass-framed 1873 clone in .357. I haven't shot an Uberti clone, or a Colt clone, but I have shot an Uberti Schofield, which operated just fine. I wasn't in love with the gun itself because just the way that it's made, it ends up being kind of front-heavy, but it has nothing to do with Uberti making it. That's just how the Schofield is. It ends up having a tiny grip. Ooh. Charger8924. Do you realize that we are coming up on 20 live streams? Right? How crazy is that? I thought that I would just kind of try it, and I really didn't think that there was going to be a following for it. Enough people, or an audience, that's what the word I needed. That there was going to be an audience that would want to keep watching these and have enough people to keep, have it be worth hosting every week. I wasn't sure that it was going to be as successful as it has been. What I really like is that it's been pretty manageable too. I mean, for the most part, we do pretty well with, buffering so people can, tune in. We broadcast now in a mobile quality and then HD, which is helpful too, so people can drop down. Ah, So that there are 3 now. I forgot about that. 270, 480, right? 430, and then HD. So if maybe you're in a higher quality, dropping down to one of the lower qualities, it will improve your buffer rate. And we've had a bunch of people who have joined in the conversation. And I appreciate it. I appreciate that you guys take time out of your crazy schedules, because I know I've got a crazy schedule and everybody else has jobs and lives and hobbies and stuff. And I don't expect people to come and tune in to just sit and chat with me. But that makes me appreciate it so much more. And plus, I get to talk guns and gear, and we always end up talking about movies and food and stuff too, which is just fun. I really feel like I have friends that I get to interact with, and it makes it a very rewarding experience every time we've done it. And you guys put up with my socially awkward tendencies and how often I ramble and my raw, unedited conversation here. Trevor says, followers, yes. We are your followers. All hail FOD. I mean viewers, people who are willing to tune in to the live stream and who are following the conversation, not following me. Please don't follow me. I would probably get creeped out and call the cops. Like, somebody is following me. What is this? Sam Emerson, Australian media is blaming the whole shutdown on Ted Cruz and calling him a gun nut. That is part of why I don't use the phrase gun nut to describe myself, because there's that negative stigma. There's the association that, people who like firearms are crazy. And it couldn't be further from the truth. I don't like to encourage that kind of bad publicity, because media already has a way of finding the bad things and trumpeting them to the world, and not talking about all of the times where a defensive firearms use saved lives. You know what I mean? I guess that's just part of why I prefer the term gun geek, and that's why I'll refer to myself as that, because I geek out, and I enjoy firearms as a hobby, not because I'm crazy. Nathan Lamberson. Oh wait, I missed another one earlier, sorry. Dmitry Volkov. It's nice being able to chat with fellow gunners and just generally good people after a 12-hour shift. Wow, that is a really long shift. I will no longer complain about the 9-hour shifts I've had to work. Actually, I don't, right now, my shifts are just kind of all over the place because I work for myself, but I appreciate that you guys want to sit and chat and have fun with me. Nathan Lamberson. I almost missed this because my dang internet wasn't cooperating. I won't miss it ever again. Well, one of the nice things about the live streams is that if you do miss it, or you can't make the whole hour and a half, is you can just tune in, tune back out, and then I post the video afterward up on youtube.com/fateofdestiny. So, actually, did I put that video live from last week, or did I just upload it? I can't recall. Okay, well...
You were busy with the Iraqveteran stuff.
Yeah, true. I will have last week's live stream. I will put that up tonight at some point. I have another chat that I'll be joining afterwards, which is totally cool.
Oh yeah, who's in the chat?
I'll be joining John from Chaos 311 Clarity. He's just a fellow friend YouTuber, or a fellow YouTuber friend who I've met in person a couple of times, and really fun individual. If you haven't stopped by his channel, totally check him out. And I will be joining his, he does a Google Hangout, so I'll be joining his Google Hangout later, which I think has already started because he's in a different time zone than me, so I'll be just catching the tail end of his chat because it starts later than mine. Jodine. Oh wait, I missed one. Charger8924. I call myself a firearms enthusiast. Yeah, I refer to myself as that too, which I think I use that one even more than I use Gun Geek. But Gun Geek is just a fun one, so I like that. Because I am a geek. I won't even pretend that I'm not. especially with the video games I play and the reading I do. Yeah. And how much time I spend on the internet. Jodine, Dest, has your brother gotten to shoot some pretty sweet hardware in the service? Yes. And he's such a brat. He'll take pictures of like whatever he's training with for the day or qualling with or whatever so that I can go and be envious. It's really cool. I'm honestly happy for him, even though I tease, but that's part of our relationship is, you know, poking fun back and forth at each other. And he is a big part of why I have really thick skin, because, you know, we've been poking fun at each other all our lives. Our family just, I guess we're fluent in sarcasm. I do enjoy, though, when he sends me pictures of stuff that, like, shooting the Maw Deuce. That's way cool. That is still something that's really high up on the list of stuff that I'd love to shoot. Okay. Wait, there was another one. My comment thread just bounced. Rubitonum, this is fun. I actually have a reminder set to go off so I don't miss one. The YouTubers are so much better than anything on TV or firearms. Oh, I'm glad that you think so. That's really sweet. I enjoy the YouTube world. I mean, that's why I'm still involved after 2.5 years, and why I keep making videos and watching videos and commenting and doing stuff like this. I genuinely enjoy getting to interact with like-minded individuals, and this is a way for me to be social and make friends who enjoy some of the same stuff that I do. Because where I am in Wisconsin, yeah, there are definitely hunters. It's a big deal. You know, come November, when all the boys mostly, at least in where I'm from, go out and they do their deer hunting, go to deer camp. But it's not quite the same as people who are interested in firearms just for the sake of being interested in firearms. So the culture is different, and I don't find the same like acceptance as far as people who share my enjoyment of the shooting sports. Lee Nakasone, or Nakasone, I really have no idea how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. By the way, it's cool you got to hang with Tim from Mac. I'd like to meet him one day. Yeah, he's fun. Oh, he's sarcastic too. He has some funny stuff. Sometimes he'll be like quick-witted or quick with his delivery, so it'll catch you off guard sometimes. Yeah, and he's very dry in his delivery too. That also is a factor. But he is just a font of firearms experience and information. He's oftentimes my like go-to if I've got a question on like rifles or something. He knows his stuff. Sorry, I get really thirsty. Alright, here's another. Dmitry Volkov. So, if the MRAD is number 3, what are the other top 2 guns you want, Des? Nighthawk Custom, preferably the Nighthawk Custom AAC. That would be really high up there. And, there's one more I really wanted. No. Yeah, but that's not on my like top 3 like dream guns. MRAD and a Maw Deuce. That would be awesome. That would be really hard to beat. In full auto, yes. Because if I'm going for dream guns that I would I'm more likely to never own ever. Yeah, that's way up there. There as far as like what's higher on the list or lower on the list, though, it's probably the Maw Deuce in full auto, and then the MRAD in like 300 Win Mag, or no, 338 Lapua. That's what I wanted in 338 Lapua, especially if I'm going all out. And then underneath that would be the Nighthawk Custom. Because at least that's $3,000 compared to like the $6-7 MRAD, and I don't even want to think how expensive a Maw Deuce would be, especially in full auto. That would just be like obscene. I'd have to be like a billionaire or something ridiculous. Ooh, Jennifer Young. I would love to try a Luger. I have a friend who has one that her grandfather brought back after World War II. Dream gun for me. Gosh, that would be... It may not be in the top 3, but that would definitely be in the dream guns list. And they're beautiful, and they're pieces of history. I love a firearm with some history, which is why I like so easily justify buying Mosins. But that, and they're cheap. Oh, There was another one though on the list. The MG42 in full auto. That would be right up next to the Modus. I want a Modus and an MG42. That would just be like died and gone gun heaven. That would be like the end all be all for me. Oh man. Yeah. I knew there was another one. So I guess that's not my top 4 more or less, but yeah. Okay. Curb Adjustic. Mosin's rock. I have one on the wall next to my bed. They have a way of multiplying. What I really want is a 9130, but like the sniper tooled ones with the heavier barrels and the little PU scopes. I would love that. That would just be, man, one of the neatest things. Schrody Brody. Sequoia Schonauer Mannlicher, the 1903. Oh, one of our contributors on the Arms Guide, Nate Granzo, just wrote an article on that not too long ago, the Mannlicher 1903. I had never even heard of that before that article. But that's why he has the Weird Gun Wednesday series. He's got all these crazy weird guns that he talks about every Wednesday, and I'm always introduced to something like goofier and wonkier than the week before. Bradley MG42, ... That's Hitler's buzzsaw. Yeah, exactly. I can only imagine what it would be like to fire one of those. Just at like a dirt berm, just to see it, you know? That would be crazy and awesome and glorious. T-Spike, when is your next cowboy action shooting event? I don't even have the guns yet, guns of my own. I don't have a setup to start shooting cowboy action, but it's on my list of things that I want to do. It's just kind of expensive to start up with that sport. By the way, I've mentioned the Arms Guide before. If you haven't checked it out, I'm managing editor for that website, and so it takes up a whole ton of my time, and because I love it, I get to write every day, and we have a crew of, I just brought on another writer today, so does that make 14 or 15? So it's getting to the point now where we have more writers than I can keep track of almost. It's wonderful. And they're all really great guys, and we all write from actually, some of us write from the perspective of, your average gun guys, and others.
You need more women.
I do need more ladies. Hey, if you're a lady and a writer, totally get in touch with me. If you're a dude and a writer, also get in touch with me. Because we can always use more people. Jason Fry, alright, it's good. Awesome. That is probably not the best example you could have given me, but I am willing to go out on a limb and say that you indeed writes good. But, no, I really love writing is another one of my passions that I've had since I was a kid. When I was little, my parents got me a journal, I guess so I could learn how to express my feelings and whatever else, but what it ended up being is triggering my passion for the written word. And I get to talk about guns and gear and shooting sports and concealed carry and gun news. It's wonderful. So stop by and subscribe to our newsletter. It's not anything really annoying. The only thing that it is it gives you an update of any time that we release a new article, which is every day. And some of the stuff that I read on there from other contributors is stuff I never would have even thought of before or known about. Colleen Barnett. Good thing, Jason, because I ain't got no writing abilities. You guys are silly. Jennifer Young. Dang, I'm not a writer, but maybe you could use someone who could just ramble on and on? Dmitry Volkov. The Arms Guide is like the daily news for gunners, in a good way. Well, I'm glad you think so. I like talking about firearms-related news just because I think there's always something that can be learned from it, or some takeaway that we can get from firearms things in the news. And also, I love reporting about laws that are changing with regard to concealed carry, because that's important information if you're interested in concealed carrying, Colleen Barnett, did you know my husband wrote a book, Destiny? Since you like to read, it's called The Heart of the Commandments by Dave Barnett. It's on Amazon. I had no idea. I will have to go check that out. Small world. Mark Parton. I's no good at writing. As in, like, right hand writing. Nice. That's silly. Okami Jigoku. I would, but right now I'm looking more to make money / get a job. Understandable. Most of the people who are contributors for the Arms Guide, it's like their hobby because they really like talking about guns and gear. I know, hard to relate to, right? And so they'll just produce, a couple articles a month or whatever they have time for. And now that we have so many on staff, contributors on staff, it ends up being really nice for getting out regular content and having a ton of different, fresh perspectives from which to draw. Like some of the people who write for the Arms Guide have law enforcement backgrounds or military backgrounds or hunting backgrounds. And it ends up bringing a lot of great people together to be able to provide a lot of great information. So I enjoy the reading at the Arms Guide just as much as I enjoy writing. By the way, are you guys getting notified for the live stream events? Like, did you get the video and the update for this one? I'm just wondering if that is actually working. Okay. Jodine, I had no idea who her husband was, ... I just thought she was a cool lady on the FOD live stream chats. She is a cool lady, but she's also a cool lady shooter with a cool husband who is... And they're both really nice people, by the way. If you haven't, talked to them at all, they're wonderful. Oh, and they make great flashlights. I'm getting updates now. Let's see. Wow, I went to go read one and it dropped the comment thread. Okay, Justin P says, yeah, I get 2 emails every Tuesday. Oh, good. Yep, I did. Yes. Yes, I get the updates. Yes, yep. Awesome. Chris Smith, I have had a poem published. Cool. Well, I guess I count as a published author if you look at all of the Arms Guide posts I've written. Well, I write for the Arms Guide, I write for the Bang Switch, I write for The Truth About Guns. Oh, and all of the stuff on my blog, which I don't know if that counts as being published or not. But one day soon, hopefully in a couple of months, we'll see how that goes. Oh yeah, I do. I have a podcast coming out. If anybody follows the podcast Talking Lead, which if you don't, totally check them out. Left Hand and Zeke are totally cool guys who are firearms enthusiasts like you and me. And they do a podcast instead of the YouTube video. Well, actually, they just started doing YouTube videos, so they are getting involved in the Helping Hands project too. Actually, they donated some swag. I've got a hat and a T-shirt and a sticker from them. I think that will be one prize pack. But at the Iraqveteran8888 shoot, they interviewed me, so they will have a podcast coming out pretty soon with my interview on there. That was a lot of fun. That was a ton of fun. They're really easy to talk to. Oh, we have 1.5 minutes left before our chat is over. They always end up just flying right by. The only struggle that I ever have is sometimes when we have a lot. We have topped out around 100 change visitors at once. And that can get a little bit trickier to manage just because, there are 100 people writing comments and there's just me reading them. So that can get a little bit tricky sometimes, but, well, other than that, they go quite smoothly, I think. And then the occasional time where I'm fumbling with what I want to say or finding a way to express what I want to say. But other than that, I think we do pretty solid. I have fun anyway. Bradley, it has been a great stream as always. Thanks, Des and Dad of Destiny. Power extension. Oh, but I'm going over to John's Google Plus Hangouts. So if you guys are, feeling like chatting with some more firearms-friendly individuals, you can go to Chaos 311 Clarity's channel, and I will be chatting there. So It'll probably take me a few minutes to get all set up, and because I need to go and grab the link and join and all of that good stuff. Chaos 311 Clarity. Yeah. So, oh, there we go. That was a minute and a half. Well, thanks guys for tuning in, and if you want to go jump over to Chaos Clarity's chat, we've got the name of the channel in the comments here, so you can head over there if you like, and I will talk your ears off some more. Thanks for joining this week, and I hope to see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central at new.livestream.com/fateofdestiny. Till then.